Okay guys, this is part 2. Hope I've not bored you. Where do we get to? Right, yes, finally done the tenons and the mortises. Let's just bring it down a little bit. Okay, so the mortises are all chopped. Tenons are all chopped, finished. And I've just been looking at comments on on part 1, Dusty Pilgrim, Mr. Pilgrim sir, about giving these a good thump to get them into the mortise. Couple of reasons why I don't like doing that. If you have to thump it in, obviously it can put stress on the joint itself or on the timber, causing these to crack. Squeezes all the glue out is another reason, so I like to have a nice coat of glue as much as possible. Not too sloppy, but there should be a fit. 2 to 2. That's, you know, goes in just like so, without really the need for too much of this hammering, etc. So that's the sort of fit. So it's kind of push fit, and it will come apart pretty easily. The other reason why I don't like it too tight is when you set it up to put it into clamps, and obviously you've got to whack it all in there. If you're whacking it on one side, the chances are on the other side is going to move. So if it's all a nice film of glue, push to fit, you can put it all together, drop it in the clamps, do it up. We shouldn't have any problems. So my next thing is to get it together in some clamps. I'm going to have to move the camera, and I'll probably bring you back just when I've just tightened the clamps up. So I'll catch you in a bit. Incidentally, anyone likes to know the glue that I use, Titebond 2. They do a Titebond 1 and a Titebond 3, but this is good for exterior, really, even though these doors are going to be inside. They just don't allow the humidity of the room to break down, crack the glue. Yeah, or yellow carpenter's glue. So that's good. Always applied with a brush. Always have a bit of water and a sponge as well, just to wipe off any excess once the clamps go on, so it doesn't stain the wood too much. Obviously they're going to be sanded up, but yeah, that's what I do. And obviously, number 2, again, make sure all your pieces are all labelled. You don't want to be getting to the stage where you're gluing up and you're like, oh, that bit doesn't go there, what's going on? You know how it is. So yeah, all the make sure you glue all the surfaces. So let's just show you that. Obviously, because we've got what's called a stub tenon, it doesn't go all the way through, but at least over halfway. Normally, if these went all the way through, we then wedge the tenons with the offcuts from the cheeks of the tenons. But these are going to be stub tenons, stub mortises. So yeah, that's what we do. And then obviously coat it up with glue. Some on the bottom. And then with a brush, just get as much of that on there, or a nice even film. Coating all the surfaces. Is this on shot? Yes. Like I say, I'm not too fussed at the moment being too tidy with it, because we can wipe it off. And I'll also put a little bit into the bottom of the mortise. I'm running it down the sides. and any excess will sit in the bottom of that. Yeah, so should go in, and the glue should help it go together as well. Look at that, that's straight in there. See the glue just starting to squeeze out. There we go. Right, I've got to move you to lie this down, so I'll bring you back when they're all together. Right, okay, so we've got them in the clamps. A little bit of glue squeeze out here. Now, you don't really want to be graunching these right up and squeezing all the glue out. So we need the joints to be tight, but not too tight. So let's take that one off, pop that into there. If we can, can't pick this up anyway. Let's just move you over if I can. As always, sorry about the camera work. So what we're looking for is this sort of thing. Oh my god! Don't know if we can see that, but that's what we're looking at. This one here needs a slight adjustment here, so we just tighten that up so we can just see the glue starting to squeeze out there. I really don't know if this is picking it up, but there we go. Hopefully that is. Same at the other end. These are going to be just a standard open frame door. Obviously one big glass panel. That's going to be two sliding doors that slide away into the wall on a spring at the top. You just push the doors and they'll spring back. But that's another story. What I will do, I'm going to get the other one glued up, and I've then got to set a bead on one side for the glass, and actually plant that on there, so that'll be glue planted on, and obviously with a loose bead ready for the glass so it can be glazed. Trying to keep these as short as I can. Hope this is okay. I'll either catch you in the next one or we'll see you in a bit. Cheers. Sorry, one thing I did forget to mention: when you're clamping any doors together or anything at all, any windows, you need to obviously make sure that this is square. Now you can get a big square and put it across and check this rail and check the top rail, but as long as you've got a datum somewhere that I know that when these are flush with the bottom, sometimes you'll leave the horns on, but in this particular case, so all you do is check the diagonals. If you don't know this, sorry to some of you out there, not teaching you how to suck eggs, but some people don't know. So there's 2 meters and 87 millimeters. And that is 2 meters and 80, so that's slightly under 2 meters 87, 2 meters 86 3/4. So that means that that diagonal is slightly longer than this diagonal by 1/4 mil, but I think we can let that go. That is obviously all down to your machining. Obviously I've gone a little bit awry there, but 1/4 mil, not much to worry about. It's not like I'm knife making. So yeah, that's good enough. So I'm going to set this aside to dry, glue the other one up. I'll bring you back when I take the clamps off, and we can look at planting the beads on and sanding it up. So yeah, we'll see you soon. Cheers guys.